Thank you for the compliment. Okay, I'm gonna turn this music down a little bit. Okay, so Final Fantasy X starts off with this guy, Titus. Titus is the main character. He lives in Xanarkand. Xanarkand is behind him. And he's the star blitz player. Blitzball. This is a blitzball right here. He's the star blitzball player for the Xanarkand Abes, just like his old man, Jecht, who he hates. He hates his dad because his dad's an alcoholic and he's always calling him a crybaby. He's not a very good dad. Anyways, Titus is like daddy issues incarnate, right? So he's always trying to follow in his dad's footsteps, but he can't seem to do it right. Anyways, Titus is playing, he's a star player for Blitzball, and the game starts with him playing a game. So I'm gonna play that for you because it's a pretty sick intro. That's Orin. There's more of him to come. Alright, that's the intro to the game. So Titus, so Sin, you've seen Sin. Some big monster comes and attacks Xanarkand, named Sin. You saw someone else, this guy. Boop, where is he? Orin. Once Titus falls, Orin is like, hey, get up, we have to fight. And then Titus is like, Orin! Because he clearly knows Orin from the past or whatever. So he gives Titus a sword. These two fight a bunch of monsters. Hold on. Alright, so those guys fight a bunch of monsters, and then they make it to Sin, the giant monster, and then Sin sucks him up. And then, once we're there, Orin's gone. No more Blitzball. And then Titus wakes up in some cold space. He can't... Like, he's freezing. He has no clothes on. Not many clothes. So he makes a fire, and then some monster attacks him, but then he's saved by this little lass. She has goggles on, like those goggles, you can't tell it's her. But then you become an Elbed slave for a bit, and then you help Riku and her compatriots out. Riku's an Elbed. It's kind of like the Jews of Final Fantasy X, because they're hated by pretty much all the religious people, right? The extremist religious Christians, aka Yevonites. Anyways, after you help Riku out, you get knocked into the water because Sin attacks you again, and then there's no more Riku. But then you end up on being the Isle of Besaid, where you meet Wakka. And then Wakka's like, hey man, you start Blitz play, yeah? You gonna play with us? Nobody believes him that he's from Zanarkand, because Zanarkand, in their world, is completely decimated. Like it was destroyed 1,000 years ago by Sin. So he's 1,000 years in the future, basically, where all technology got wiped out. Like we saw in the video that it was pretty bustling and like, you know, really tech heavy. So Wakka brings you back to his village where you meet Lulu. Boop. Lulu and Wakka have a lot of sexual tension that'll get addressed later. And what happens after that? Something ends up leading him into the temple, and then that's where you meet Yuna and Kamari. Oh my gosh, it's getting packed. Yuna's a summoner. Summoners are known in Spira, is the planet. Summoners are known in Spira to be the killer of Sin. Her dad killed Sin along with Orin and a man named Jecht, which is his father's name, Titus's. So she's pretty popular, Yuna, because she's the daughter of Lord Braska, who killed Sin, which brought 10 years of peace. But Sin comes back after 10 years or so. So they're going to go kill Sin again, since he's back. Okay, so they all head off, and then Yuna and Titus end up getting along. So she asks him to be his guardian. I don't know if that happens yet. Oh no, they're going on her journey, right? They're going on Yuna's journey to kill Sin, and Titus is going to join them because they're going to bring him to the big city, Luca, where there's a big blitzball community, and they expect that he might meet they expect he might meet someone there, right? Okay. So they head off on their adventure. They go to a place called Kilika Island. Kilika Island, upon their entering, gets wiped out by Sin. So Kilika basically just becomes nothing. It's like all the huts are blown down and everything. After you're done with... at Kilika, you end up going to a temple, praying, and getting a new summon for Yuna. And then you guys go to Luca, where there's a blitzball tournament. Blitzball tournament's cool. But then Sin attacks again. And Orin shows up just in the nick of time to help out Titus. So Titus and Orin kill a bunch of shit at Luca. And then just when it seems like everything's lost, this fucker shows up out of nowhere. Hold on, I'm gonna hide the others. This guy, Seymour, he shows up and summons some scary monster named Anima. Hold on, let me get a picture of Anima. Anima's pretty creepy. It's not working. That's Anima. This fucking guy, creepy as hell. He summons Anima, and then Anima cleans up all the things in Luca. And he's a maester. It's kind of like a high priest of Yevon. And he's quite taken with Yuna. So he's like, Yuna, oh, it's so good to see you, daughter of Lord Braska. I want to marry you one day. He doesn't say that, but those are the vibes. Yeah, he's a creep. So anyways, back on the adventure. Oren tells Titus that his dad is Sin, which Titus doesn't believe. But eventually it becomes clear that that's true. I don't like this song. It's only 40 seconds anyways. Tells him his dad is Sin. And he's like, yeah, whatever, man, you're old. And then they continue their journey. Can I select multiple? They all go on their journey. And then what happens after that? You get a bunch of summons. You run into you run into Seymour again. And then he offers marriage to Yuna. And she initially is going to decline. But then after finding a sphere, basically a recorded video of Seymour's dad, my son is the Antichrist, he's gonna kill me. Yuna decides to marry him to try and stop him. I don't know why she does this on her own. And so they confront Seymour at Makalania Temple, and then you kill him, right? You straight up kill him. And then his people, the Guados, they take away Seymour. There's a concept of death in this game. When people die, they only kind of die. If their soul has a purpose, it'll remain on the planet. And Seymour wants to bring the end of the world, so that's his purpose. So he comes back, right? Summoners, they do something called descending, which is basically sending them to heaven or hell or whatever. Basically just taking care of the lost soul, right? So now the goal is that Yuna has to send Seymour. And then during that, oh yeah, these two bang at some point, in the water. I don't know, I'm kind of losing track here. There's a lot that happened in this midpoint that's a lot of nonsense and filler. So yeah, Titus now knows that his dad is Jekt, or his dad is Sin. Yuna and Titus are kind of in love. Seymour force married Yuna. There's a really, he put her in a bride's dress and brought her to the capital, and I had to save her with the airship that we got from Riku and her dad named Sid. So we have an airship now, kind of. And yeah, we're going to kill Sin. We were all branded traitors by Yevon, the religion, and next step is we're basically ignoring Yevon, and we're just going to go kill Sin so that everyone gets 10 years apiece. That's the current plan. And Titus wants to find a way to save Yuna, because they call it the final summoning. And it's where Yuna sacrifices herself to kill Sin. So she's going to die to kill Sin, is the current plot. And Titus wants to stop it. And Kimahri's a furry. I forgot about that. Kimahri Ronso of the Ronso clan. Anyways, that's about all I can think of right now. Did I nick someone's stuff to do this? No, I went to the wiki and I got all the main characters' portraits, and then I found this is the only image of Besaid I could find. Super low res, and then this one was pretty good. I didn't look for other places. I just have a scene with a bunch of shit in here with all the characters. And the main character, Blitzball. I have to make a tier vid of like what characters. An Ffx character tier list. I could do that. Anyways, that's the recap. Do you have a better understanding of the world though?